Shalom Akim, this is Yahweh Tazah coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Waha, Rakah, Kwadash, Barakatham, Akim. Are coming back with another video. And I want to go into the subject of primarily speaking about Samuel and how the prophet Samuel was feared. All right, and in today's time, you know, the men of the Lord, these people don't know, but we are the ones that they should be fearing, because we're coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Their names are dreadful among the heathen and those that walk contrary to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, and not only that, even the righteous men, the elect, alright, prophets, teachers, apostles, so forth and so on, they fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And not only that, we are also hated and despised. But I want to just focus on being feared, that the men of the Lord are really the people fear us. Okay, and I just want to bring out the example of the prophet Samuel. Okay, and then just go through go from there. This is 1 Samuel 16:4. And Samuel did that which Yahweh spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peaceably? And he said, Peaceably. I am come to sacrifice unto Yahweh. Sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. Alright, so Samuel was commanded by Yahweh to go into Bethlehem to anoint Jesse's son, which was David, anoint him king. But Samuel was entering into this town. The elders of the town trembled at his coming, and they asked him, do thou comest peaceably? Okay, because the men that have respect and that have a fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they know that a prophet is either coming to give some form of revelation, you know, whether it be good or bad. So that's why they were asking him that. But not only that, when you I want to bring it out in 1 Samuel chapter 15. He killed Hagag the Amalekite, which was an Edomite. Okay, so prophets were known of doing things like that. You know, the men of the Lord, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, these men that were chosen by the Lord, they actually killed and slaughtered false prophets, 2/3, wicked Israelites, or you know, those of the other nations. Okay, they didn't play around, man. So the prophets are feared. We're feared, Akim. You know, whether these people want to tell you or not. This is just an example of that. All right. Real quick, I want to look up in that word trembled, just to verify that. All right. It says karad. All right. The outline of biblical usage says to tremble, quake, move about, be afraid, be startled, be terrified. You see? Down here it says to drive in terror. All right. And we'll come down to Strong's definition. It says the primitive root, to shudder with terror, hence to fear. Also to hasten with anxiety. Be make afraid, be careful, discomfort, fray away, quake, tremble. See? Right here it says karad The number one, to tremble, to be frightened. All right, so going back to 1 Samuel 16:4, and Samuel did that which Yahweh spake, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peaceably? And he said, Peaceably. All right, so they were afraid, man. All right, they were scared when they saw Samuel come. They knew that he was a man of the Lord, and whatever the Lord commanded him to do, that's what was going to be performed. All right, not in our time. In our time, people were just proud as hell, scoffers and mockers and things of that nature. And because of real quick, let me bring it out here. I'll read it. All right. See right here, Ecclesiastes 8:11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. You see, so that's in our time, But the men of the Lord right now, the elect, they're right now we're fishers of men, but coming soon, we're going to be transformed into hunters. All right, we're going to hunt you at the holes of the cliffs, and bring you out of the your underground bunkers. You're going to try to flee out of space. You're going to just flee wherever you can and hide, but you're going to be sought out and found. All right. But it says, I'm going to read it again, Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in to do evil. You see, and then back in the ancient times, it was done immediately. All right, it was done immediately, and there was the last account when the spirit actually put people down, put them to death. Here in the book of Acts, see. Acts chapter 5, Acts 5:1. But a certain man named Ananias and Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. But Peter said, Ananias, why hath Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Spirit, and to keep back part of the price of the land? Whilst it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thy own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thy heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto Yahweh. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the spirit. And great fear came on all them that heard these things. You see? So now in our time, things are just kind of like not being put on pause, but the Lord is letting things be performed and come to its full before he destroys you. All right, but back then he was putting people down right on the spot. All right, so we're coming back into that time again. All right, but that's just the point. And I'm gonna keep reading Acts 5 and see Acts chapter 5 verse 6. And the young man arose and wound him up and carried him out and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours after, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, Tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And she said, Yea, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the spirit. And the young men came in, and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband. And great fear came upon all the church, and upon as many as heard these things. You see, so the prophets, the men of the Lord, are feared, man. Ultimately, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because the beginning of knowledge is the fear of Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai. Now, going back to Samuel, the prophet Samuel, here in 1 Samuel 16:4, the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and they said, Comest thou peaceably? And he said, Peaceably. All right, but there was things that happened prior to that in Samuel's life, which I'm gonna bring it out here. 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 32. Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Hagag, the king of the Amalekites. And Hagag came unto him delicately. And Hagag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Hagag in pieces before the Lord Yahweh in Gilgal. So Samuel killed Hagag the Amalekite, which was an Edomite, and killed him and tore in pieces, man, with his sword. Something that King Saul failed to do, which ultimately brought King Saul down. You know what I'm saying? It brought him down, and the kingdom was stripped out of his hand. Which basically he was rejected, King Saul. So King Solomon, or not King Solomon, but the prophet Samuel had to finish the job. All right. So the prophets were feared, man. And it's coming in our time, 2018, the Akim, we that are on the highways and the byways, and when it's the Lord's time for that power to be shown, because it's the Lord that does these things. It's not Peter, it's not Samuel. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai that's on them that is doing it, who is to be feared and respected. But that comes with the territory, because we're joint heirs and things of that nature. So we're going to receive that same respect. Okay. So from there, let me see. From there, I want to go to Romans 13:1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh. Right? And in this chapter, Romans 13:1-4, it can be used as far as like for the worldly powers that may be. All right, but in the sense I'm speaking is those that are of a righteous heart. All right, prophets and things of that nature. Okay, it says, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Right? So the rulers are the prophets, the men of the Lord, all right, that are governing in righteous judgment according to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right? Because a righteous judge, a righteous ruler, so forth and so on, is not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Just like the prophet Samuel, he was a terror to the king Hagag, the Amalekite, because of evil, not because of good works, but because of his evil works. And he called out his evil works, saying, as thy sword had made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. Because he was a murderer, man, from the beginning, as his father Cain, the serpent, so forth and so on. All right. So I'm gonna go into that word ruler. All right. It says the outline of biblical usage: a ruler, commander, chief, leader. All right. So I got here in 2nd Esdras chapter 1 verse 39, unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Obadiah, and Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah,